Well, as you can see, it is no longer summertime. Well, the guy who builds props and stuff disposes of the prom because of this. Spray paint. Can't spray paint out in this. And, I mean, for the longest time, it's been raining every day. Well, I came up with a solution. I had to turn my phone off to cross that little barrier. It's all blocked off here. I got spray paint there, I got spray paint here. It's foggy from the dryer vent, but ignore that. I got spray paint, lots of spray paint. In recent times, spray paint has become vital to my operation, which is why it was super convenient during summertime. I could just lay out stuff there, especially when both vehicles were gone. It was 80 degrees, it's hot at nighttime still. Now, I've been having to spray paint outside at 2 a.m. at 32-degree weather. But the way it's possible is I built what I call Spray Paint Alley, which has been very useful for the video I'm working on now. My job, I got some flooring. That's a piece of a prop that's going to be used in a video that's been out here drying. So this is Spray Paint Alley. Let's get a further away view. So you can see it ain't much. My old chalkboard has some wood resistance. I got these here. A little bit of a wall there. It's not perfect though. It's incredibly useful. But the issue is there's some exposed areas where dirt can come by, which I have to sweep it occasionally. And also it rained recently, which means because there's a hill down at the yard, the water flooded in a bit. And this little area here got wet. Nothing too chaotic to disrupt my operation. But still,
Hey,
trying to film.
sorry.
What?
I was gonna say, I'm not making meatloaf. I see a big sub in there instead.
Alright. I don't know if I'm gonna cut that. Depends how lazy I am. That's the downside of making content with family around. Anyway, I can't remember where I was at now because that fucking train wrecked me. Spray Paint Alley needs to be upgraded though. And right now it's snowing. I was hoping to beat it, but it started snowing earlier than they predicted. However, it's going to rain a lot later. So it's the flooding in, and also if it snows enough, the snow will come in. So I kind of want to build a little wall here, upgrade the floor for my espresso spray paint. Most of my props are built in-house these days, but I spend a lot on the paint. Each of these are about $10. I spent many hundreds, I guess, over time. And it's convenient. The local hardware store's in walkable distance for spray paint. So it's been easy just to run down the hill, walk down there with my backpack, 5 minutes, pick up what I need. So it was really nice not having to ship it to myself and wait. So it's allowed creativity in the moment, I guess. Anyway, I got some for my job where I get a lot of my materials. I got some loose boxes and such. Some flat piece of cardboard. So, I don't know how I'm going to film this, but I'm going to try to upgrade Spray Paint Alley. I'm in the storage room. I think I'll need a hot glue gun, some, tools. But it's just some scissors and shit. But I forgot to mention this. I totally slipped my mind. A vital element of Spray Paint Alley is this box. Because I can set this in Spray Paint Alley. And little things, like these that I'm going to use in a costume piece, I could put them in here, spray paint them. Usually you need a few layers. But eventually, if I need to, I can transport it inside the house to a room that's hot from a heater. And cool it a lot faster. Because one problem I'm running into with spray painting right now is like, you spray painting at 2 a.m. out there. And it's fucking 30-something degrees, 29 degrees. This shit takes a lot longer to freeze. It will. But it's technically below the recommended range. I think it's 45 to 75 degrees. About your sweet spot. And that's below that, obviously, so it takes longer for the spray paint to, dry. Which has been slightly annoying, but I've been able to plan around that, too. But, yeah, so I use this as well. Alright, well, the snow's still beating down. But I'm making progress in Spray Paint Alley. I patched up that little space where the soil was exposed. As I don't know if you can see it, but well, that's a terrible shot. There's soil over there. I think there used to not be a roof here. I think you could plant plants and shit. And what else are you gonna plant? When you're in a corrupt cop, there's only two types of planting. Anyway, I'm patching up the soil. I've reinforced this wall using hot glue. And I'm getting these little spaces here. Spiders exist in here. It's part of the problem. So, you know, if I keep them out, keep like an isolated area, that's part of the thought process. The one thing I'm thinking of doing too, and I have to leave a little bit of soil here, I think. That way when dirt will get in from my boots and stuff. So I'll have to sweep it, you know, somewhere. So I'm taking into account of that. One cool thing I decided to do, still working on it, I'm building a, camera looks way zoomed in, I don't know why. Let me back up so you can see it. It's like I'm expanding on this area. So, part of the problem is, like, I've been able to spray paint about 2 props, roughly. Because, you know, this paint spreads a bit. So you paint one up here, one down here, kind of. But what's cool, and what I'm thinking, if I get this shelving here built, I'll have a short option. So I can set a prop here, you know. And maybe if I might put a divider here. So I might have 2 props. So this will expand out a bit. And I might even have to, one benefit of having a white trash redneck looking yard is you got a lot of shit to use for making stuff. So it served me greatly. That metal brackets there I might use to reinforce that. I'm still, you know, but the main focus right now, eventually it'll rain. Be nice if I could put some rocks or some soil to soak up the rainwater. Again, I haven't had too much rain really soak in here, and it wasn't too bad either. It was only right here, but still, it'd be nice to, like, get a handle on that, because, you know, I'm in Washington, so the rain's going to be real bad. But still, it's a work in progress. You know, I got a little bit of brace here. I don't know why the camera looks so zoomed in. I'm probably going to build some kind of barrier here. Hey, it'll be extra security and right here at 2 a.m. so the rake doesn't show up over there and run down a steel Haytham Gruxton. Anyway, yeah, it's a work in progress. I wish I had a little bit more cardboard to work with, but I'll make and do. Well, it don't look the prettiest, but I made some changes, spray paint alley, that'll improve it. As you can see, I committed to the shelving, and what's cool, well, I'll show you in a sec. I've made a bit of a perimeter here. You know, that'll help keep dirt out and such. Plus, you know, a little less careful painting. You see the bike got hit and stuff, unfortunately. But, a little bit of area to sweep some dirt and do. I'd like to get a little broom for out here eventually. That'll be down the road. Shelving. I've committed to the shelving, so I put the barrier. Even though I didn't make as much full space, you know, ideally, obviously, if I was the only one living here, like, this whole area, or the large amount, like, it would go all the way down and have shelving and shit. But, you know, you gotta make do is what you gotta make do when you share a home. But, you know, I ain't complaining. I got plenty of space to work with. Yeah, so I put this divider here, so I could have 2 different spray painting areas. Now it's, well, 2 areas to put props, aside from down here. What's cool, too, I also made this little shelf down here as an additional area, which is cool. So you can see, I mean, it's coming together. And, you know, it ain't perfect, but, yeah, you gotta make do. Because, again, like, it's snowing now, but it's been raining, so problem is, it's like, I've got videos I want to make, the written parts are recorded, but it's like, oh, there's a prop I need, it's built, it needs to be painted, but it's raining fucking stormy weather out. So at least with this, you know, and it's got some wind resistance too, which is nice, you know, blocks some of the flow. I mean, there is a barricade here. You know, I'm not worried about security, obviously. I mean, I guess wild animals and such could come down. But, like, haven't really solved the issue of the rainwater. Again, it's not a crazy amount. The rain was real bad one day. Like, it's storm level. And it got to about this area. And that dried up. So I'm not too concerned, but this is a little bit extra barrier, I guess. Just cool, you know. I should be able to build more props at once. Yeah, they ain't fancy, but spray paint alley is coming together. In the future, what I'd like to do too, just down the road. I've got these drawers here. They're not, like, they're dirty on the inside, and there's probably spiders in them. But ideally, see, the shelves open or whatever. But, like, ideally this would be turned around right here. And I'd have shelving to store props to build more. But at the moment, the rate of building doesn't really call for that. Plus, most props require, like with spray painting, you, like, the tops and bottoms, obviously 2 different times of painting it. But also, usually, everything needs at least a second coating of paint. Because, like, you paint some stuff and maybe a little bit of text on the plastic bottle used in the prop shows through or something. But I have a pretty decent collection of paints, too. So as for spray painting, we're in a pretty good area. And, I mean, Spray Paint Alley didn't exist until I called this out and braved the spiders, so, you know, it works. It allows me at 2 a.m. when it's raining to paint, and that's all that really matters for the videos.